Hi, it was difficult to decide what anecdote I could tell you, even more when I have to be expressive when speaking and to be honest. To be honest, this is the first time I'm going to talk over 2 minutes in English. So, hi, my name is Lea Arango, and these are anecdotes of my life. Well, I'm gonna tell you about 3 moments in my life where something paranormal happened to me. The first one happened when I was 9 years old. My mom recently had passed away, and I was living with my grandmother and my old brother's apartment. I remember he had a large mirror next to the main door, and he always put a chair to hold it against the wall. I was sitting in this chair crying and crying because my grandma cut my hair so short that I looked like a boy. So I was crying and crying when suddenly I saw an arm coming out of the mirror behind me, and it took my hand. I screamed so loudly, and I remember that I just jumped until the living room started. My grandma heard me and asked me what was happening. I told her everything, and she just said, "That was your mom, and she came to take you with her." Obviously, I was so scared. Since then, I never sat in that chair again. The second one happened 2 years later. The house where we were living had 3 rooms. Mine was next to the yard, and it had a big window that joined the yard and my room. I remember that I was dreaming with a shade of a witch, and it was behind the window. I mean, in the yard. When I woke up, my grandma was next to me, and she told me that I was yelling and I'm calling her. I told her about my nightmare, and she believed what I said, and she crossed the whole kitchen to go out to the yard, and there was 100 of worms in the floor. We never knew why that happened. We never knew the reason. The last moment that something like this happened to me was when I was 16. I had argued with my grandma. I was a teenager, and I was a bit of a rebel. And I must say that she was a very, very religious woman. I remember when she told me, after the fight, obviously, "You are going to regret about what you said." I didn't pay attention to her and what she said, and I just left the house and go out with my friends. When I was back that night, the house was alone, so I opened the door, then I locked the door, and I walked to my bedroom to sleep. At 7ish, I heard someone putting a key in the door lock, and open it. My first thought was, "Oh God, it is a thief." Then I say loud, "Grandma, is it you?" But I didn't hear an answer back. Then I thought it was my brother trying to scare me, but he wasn't there. And I continued hearing steps getting closer to my room. I took my blanket and put it all over my body, and I kept quiet. Suddenly, something sat down on my bed right next to my feet. I moved I moved my foot and tried to touch something, to feel something or someone there, but the space was empty. There weren't anyone over there. I started to pray. I stopped feeling this thing, and I pulled the blanket out to see if someone or something was there. But to my surprise, I was completely alone. I took a big inhalation when suddenly the wooden board of the bed make my back got bent. I accurate at that moment. My brother was opening the main door and he heard me. He was running. Until my bedroom and asked me what was happening. I told her. I told her. I told him what happened, and his answer was that happened because you were rude with grandma, and she asked, "So bless to the blessed souls of the purgatory scares you." I must say that I never ever was rude again with my grandmother. Thanks for watching me and hear me. These were my histories, and if you have any questions, please let me know below in the comments. Thank you.